The man casually pulled down a curtain and tied it around the model's waist. Unexpectedly, the previously dull and monotonous gown instantly became elegant.
This seemingly ordinary man was none other than Yves Saint Laurent, the founder of YSL.
From a young age, he displayed astonishing design talent. By 19, he had already won countless awards. Soon after, he was hired as a designer for Dior. Every piece of clothing he designed became a classic in the fashion world, and everyone admired his abilities. Before long, he held his first fashion show. Before each model walked the runway, he meticulously adjusted their appearance and even personally adorned them with jewelry. Every gown he designed was strikingly beautiful and encompassed many different styles. The audience was amazed by his talent, and when they saw the final piece, a pristine white wedding dress, they couldn't help but burst into applause. When the shy Yves Saint Laurent stepped out, people realized that Dior's genius designer was surprisingly young. While everyone was applauding Saint Laurent, a man named Pierre in the audience was watching him with a different kind of gaze. At the celebration party, Pierre sat beside Saint Laurent, never taking his eyes off him, even helping him decide what to order. Saint Laurent thoroughly enjoyed this attention, as he was completely helpless with everyday matters. They quickly became close friends and even vacationed together. When they locked eyes by the swimming pool, Saint Laurent jumped into the water first, and Pierre immediately followed. In that moment, they confirmed their feelings for each other. After moving in together, Saint Laurent introduced Pierre to everyone. People already knew about his sexual orientation and offered their sincere congratulations. At this point, the happy Saint Laurent had no idea that a major crisis was about to unfold. One day, he suddenly received a military draft notice. In this turbulent era, this was a very common occurrence. However, Saint Laurent firmly refused to join the military, believing he should change the world through clothing, not guns. His actions immediately caused a media frenzy. Countless reporters surrounded and insulted him as a coward. A mother who had lost her son confronted him directly, accusing him of hiding at home instead of going to the battlefield. The pressure from public opinion forced Saint Laurent to compromise, and he was eventually drafted. Although he fortunately survived the war, his mental state completely collapsed, and he was sent to a psychiatric hospital. When Pierre came to visit him, he was heartbroken to discover that Saint Laurent's eyes were empty. He seemed like an entirely different person from the genius designer he once was.